quick bites while you're roaming around Magic Kingdom? Well, I'm here to give you some of my favorites. Hi, friends. This is Laura Krumzak with the Disney Slowdown. And I just want to say that if you are a frequent joiner of my videos or frequent viewer of my videos or a subscriber, welcome back. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for joining me. And if you are new to my channel, or maybe you just stumbled upon my live video in your shorts feed this afternoon, welcome. I hope you enjoy it. And before I forget, because I always forget, if you find my tips and tricks helpful, would you please consider subscribing, liking this video, sharing a video or two to friends of yours who are looking for Disney tips and tricks? That really helps. Sorry, this feels weird to me. I don't know why. That really helps YouTube and the algorithm know that my information is valuable content that they could push out and share with other people who are not finding my channel. I greatly appreciate your help and assistance. And please, if you have any questions about anything Walt Disney World related that I might be able to answer or direct you to the answer, feel free to leave it in the comments or even, on a video or on my page. I'm here to help you. So, just a little bit about me in case you don't know. My family and I, we got passes a couple years ago. Let's see, was it 23? 2023 was our first trip with the five of us. We hadn't been in like 12 years, and my two younger kids hadn't been to Disney at all. But my older one, the oldest one in the house, she had been when she was 4. So that was like the last time that we had been. And since then, I've had a lot of friends ask me for the tips and tricks. And I started this channel because we are a family with some special needs, and we can't just go out there and plan activities, early morning to late night because we end up paying for those decisions. So we have to take it nice and slow. We are an amusement park family. We love amusement parks. And I just wanted to help other families like ours navigate Disney because Disney is just a little extra. I have been doing a hello, hi, Bebo. I've been doing a series about plan B for Disney World because that's always the concern. Like, oh my gosh, the crowds are so big. There's not really any downtime anymore. And really, from Jurassic Park. Okay, now I'm going to have to go and watch that because okay, well, that's great. Hi, Jamie. But I've been doing a plan B for Disney World because that's usually the big concern. Like, gosh, we're already spending all this money on tickets because Disney World is expensive. And then we have to spend more money to skip the lanes, skip the lines because lines are outrageous. But there are so many layers to Disney World and each park that you can find things to do without hitting the top attractions. And I know some people think, like, oh my gosh, the top attractions, though, that's why you go. And it's really not. As far as amusement park goes, if you are, looking for thrills, you're not going to Disney. They don't have a lot of thrills. They have some unique rides, and they, of course, have their IPs, which is their intellectual property themed lands and rides. But the rides are not all that. So I'm just giving you tips and tricks here about things that you can do if you go into your park day and the crowds are outrageous, some places you can go, some attractions that you can partake in, and you're going to have an enjoyable day. So I've already hit all 4 parks with not only your Plan B attractions, but also some of our favorite food items there. We don't do table service, we're just quick bites and snacks. And there's a lot of information out there about the Disney World snacks that you just have to have. And honestly, I don't think they're all that either. So now we are covering Magic Kingdom. your snack options that I really enjoy. And I hope that these help you save money and, don't buy bad food because nobody wants to buy bad food, right? I heard Disney World and I scrolled back. Well, I'm good. I'm glad you're here. So I've got a whole Plan B playlist. I will attach it at the end of this video. Of course, I'm live right now. So if you're watching me live, you're going to have to go to my channel and see the Plan B playlist. Everything should be there, including the snacks, I think. If not, I'll add them to the playlist. But here we go. So we're in Magic Kingdom. You're wanting some quick bites, some good snacks. Okay, I've said it 100 times. I will keep beating this drum. The Mickey pretzels are disgusting. They're gross. Don't buy them. If you're looking for pretzels in Magic Kingdom, you can go to the Cheshire Cafe, which is over by the teacups, and they have currently, they do change stuff around, but they have a regular shaped pretzel, and it is pepper jack cream cheese filled. It's not spicy by any means. There's just a little bit of flavor in there, and I think it's a perfect balance. I mean, I do like hot stuff, but this, there's that Disney spicy, which is like you can just barely kind of taste the spice in it. But if you're looking for a savory, the bread and the cheese, that's one of our favorites. I like that one. If you want a sweeter option or you're a little bit afraid of the jalapeno in there with the pepper jack cheese, then at the lunching pad, which is in Tomorrowland, you can get a sweet cream cheese filled pretzel. Same concept, regular pretzel, but you've got a little bit sweeter cream cheese in there as opposed to the savory one with just a little bit of heat. Now, if you're looking for sweet treats, I I do love Gaston's. The cinnamon roll is huge. It's totally shareable. It's a great price. It's like $7.50. You can get an extra cup of the icing, which you totally don't need, but it's really good. And I just think that um I've not had a bad one. We've had it a few times. How I've heard other people in the AP lounge, I think that it's gross, or maybe they make their own that's better. They're nice and fluffy. I've never had a bad Gaston cinnamon roll there. So that would be something that you could totally share because it's loaded with sugar. There's no way you could eat the whole thing by yourself. I would be amazed if you could. And treats and everything kind of ebb and flow, especially when they are, we're coming up on the Halloween season because that's going to start in early August. So they're going to have some Halloween themed treats that are going to come out, even some quick service meals that you'll be able to get all day. And then there's going to be some things that are party exclusive. So you can be on the lookout for those. We don't typically go for like regular soft serve ice cream. So like Storybook Sweets, I think, is right behind the castle. It's soft serve ice cream. And they may have like a colored cone or something, but and like I can get soft serve ice cream anywhere. Like I can go to the gas station and get soft serve ice cream. Why would I want to get this one? So we've not done those at all. But kind of going through my brain and looking around here, um, another savory item. I do love hot dogs and corn dogs, and frankly, the Friar's Nook, they typically have a pretty good selection of hot dogs. There was a bacon mac and cheese topped hot dog that we had once. I thought it was great. And then you can get the potato barrels, which are just tots, and you can pay $1 for an extra cup of cheese and dip those in there. It was so good. I love a good hot dog. Um, we had the last time we were there, Samara and I were just there on June 30th. We did 4 parks in one day. That video will be coming out eventually. Our summer's really busy. But we had at Sleepy Hollow, we did get their hand dipped corn dog, which those are really tasty. We used to get the chicken and waffle, but they changed it and we're not interested. They still have a version of a chicken and waffle, but the one that we used to get that we really loved, they don't have that there anymore. But we did go back for the hand dipped corn dog. That was tasty and shareable. It's pretty big. We also went to Westward Ho and got the candied bacon. I was opposed to this because it was $10 but I was like, I really want to try it, so I'm going to spend the $10. Well, you're going to spend $10 on a hot dog and a bag of chips. That's basically what you're getting. It's a thicker piece of almost like pork belly, and it's fried and it's dipped in like the sweet like maple sugar or something, right? And then it's on a stick. You get a pretty big piece of it, and you get a bag of Lay's potato chips. So, like when my son and I went, gosh, when did we do that? I think that was in March. It was like during his spring break. We went to the campfire. We wanted to see the campfire sing along with Chip and Dale over at Fort Wilderness, and we were out there in the middle of nowhere, and we got hungry, and so I said, okay, we'll buy a hot dog. Well, it cost me $10 for a crappy hot dog and a bag of potato chips. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try that pork belly and that candied bacon on a stick. That is definitely one of my favorite snacks there. Of course, Casey's Hot Dogs is always a good place too. That tends to be a little more busy because people know about that, and it's at the front of the park. If there's an option for mobile order, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you mobile order, because Magic Kingdom is always going to be busy. And if you wait until you're hungry and then you're like, oh, I'm going to go get in line, or I'm going to mobile order now that I'm hungry, you might be surprised and have a 30-45 minute wait. So I would recommend like thinking a little bit ahead, like, okay, we're going to be wanting food here soon, or do a mobile order and then, get in line and ride a ride or something. Anyway, so let's see. Oh, back to a sweet item. If you like pineapple upside down cake this is at Aloha Isle, which is over by the carpets, the Aladdin's carpets. The pineapple upside down cake, you can get it topped with a pineapple and vanilla swirled Dole Whip. So the vanilla is just soft serve, but the pineapple is Dole Whip. Put that on top of their pineapple upside down cake, which is pretty hefty and totally shareable. Again, very, very good. One of my favorites. If you're not a pineapple favorite or fan, can't get the word out, like my friend Stephanie, who does not like pineapple, the I Lava You float at the Sunshine Tree Terrace, that's a really good one. It's like orange Dole Whip, and they put Fanta strawberry syrup in it. I know, it sounds crazy. They also top it with a Fanta soda. I'm sorry, strawberry Fanta soda, a guava syrup, and strawberry Pop Rocks. We have made it at home just with orange sherbet. And then, of course, I got the Fanta, or you can use like the Jarritos soda. You can get strawberry. And of course, the Pop Rocks. And you can get like some guava syrup or a nectar. I don't think it's nectar. I think it is like a syrup type. Just a can of it in the Goya. But yeah, we would make our own because they're really good. So those are some of our favorite things to get. I think the Main Street Confectionery with that popcorn mix, and it's so much sugar. I mean, you do you, boo, but that's too much for me. If you want a burger, yes, the Starlight Cafe, they have decent burgers and fries. It's a great place to sit down too. There's a big indoor area, and there's a few seats outdoors as well. Pecos Bill is not bad as far as, some Mexican or something a little fresher. So that's some pretty decent food. Those are places that we go. And one place that I haven't tried yet, but I really want to, is Columbia Harbor House. Now, the reason I haven't tried it is because I have a shellfish allergy, and they have shrimp in there. But just like going to like Long John Silver's, like I've eaten at Long John Silver's, I've eaten their fish fillet, the codfish fillet, with no problem. I'm sure there's different fryers for their shrimp than there is for other things that they're frying, like the hush puppies, the french fries, the cod. But I also know that Disney takes their food allergies very seriously, and I don't want to walk in there, ask a question, and then freak somebody out. And I probably don't want to do it when I'm there with somebody else. Like Samara doesn't like fish at all. They do have chicken fingers as well in there. But I want to get like a kids meal because any entree can be made into a kids meal. You just have to ask. So if it's not on the menu, kids meals, that's like my number one tip and trick for everybody because you get smaller portions. You get two sides. So you could get carrots or a cutie orange or a little bit of french fries. You could even get green beans at Columbia Harbor House. You know, you might be able to get like a little side salad or something. They've got some fresher options that you can choose, and you get two smaller portion sides and you get the little drink. So like just a spot of soda. I don't recommend drinking a lot of soda, especially if it's super hot. Sugar dehydrates you and you don't want to be miserable, right? You've got to keep the water up because you're going to be dealing with a whole lot of health issues between the heat and all the walking and not drinking your water, like leg cramps, um, the Disney rash, if you've not heard of that, yeah, it's a real thing. I've even gotten it a couple of times. So you've just got to stay above, you got to stay ahead of the game in your hydration. But, but a kid's meal and a little spot of soda, like, sometimes you just need that bubbly, that fizzy, and a little bit of sweet. So those are my recommendations. I think I've hit most of the places that we have eaten there and things that I like. Okay, the spring rolls. Yes, I like the spring rolls. However, you can make them at home, and I have, and I do, and I like them. I will link my spring roll short right here for you so that you can try and make them at home. They're really simple to make at home, and the prices keep going up, and I feel like the spring rolls keep getting smaller. So I think they're 10 or 12 bucks now for two of them. You could make a whole batch for your family. I wouldn't call them shareable because there's not a lot there. I mean, a single person, or maybe just, like a little snack to keep you from getting hangry. That would be fine. They're hard to find. You really have to zoom in on your My Disney Experience app, but people have trouble finding them. They're kind of tucked away. There's no mobile ordering. They're not always open. So, I had them once and then I make them at home. So I tend to not get them. I try to go for things that I'm not going to be able to make at home or not be able to eat at home. And of course, Samara loves her burgers. So we do tend to get burgers. Oh, here's another one. Anti-gravities. They have ice cream. They have vanilla, chocolate, and they have a salted caramel. And you can get a coffee float, which tastes amazing. We have done it with a chocolate vanilla swirl, and then it's Joffrey's coffee in there instead of like soda. And then we just recently got to try this salted caramel soft serve with the Joffreys. That was delightful. It really was good. So, not sad about anything that you can get there, except I tried that witch's brew last year. I think it's only available during the party. That's a big skip. Like, gross. The shaken Jamaican at Joffrey's, I actually like. I'm not really a coffee drinker. Joffrey's it's not a strong coffee, but the shaken Jamaican has got some caramel notes, and they've got half and half there, and some sugar that you can add to your cold brew, and I find that pretty tasty. So that's my 2 cents. Later on this week, I will go live again because we met some friends there on the 30th. It was their Magic Kingdom day, and they told me that somebody had told them that Hollywood Studios and Universal Studios was the same park, so they went to Hollywood Studios thinking they were going to get to go see the Minions land, and I thought, how is this possible? So, Maybe I won't go live. Maybe I need to save that and do an actual video so I can put pieces up of the maps. I don't know. I'm in my live version right now for the summer because I do not have time to sit down and just edit video. But that's a video that I definitely want to do. And I think I probably need to just do that video and then do the edit so I can show pictures of the lands. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate that you are here. Thank you for your comments. And now I'm going to have to go watch Jurassic Park again to look at Ellie. Really? I remind you of Ellie? Okay. That's good. And I hope to see you on my next video, whatever it may be.